So I'm Jason, hi. And most of my life, I grew up in Orange County. And most of my life, I always pushed homework aside until the last minute. Until this one fateful day on a Wednesday, my sophomore year. So sophomore year hits, and I get assigned either a big assignment for homework, or I was notified about a big test. I had a Mandarin oral. I didn't know a lick of Mandarin. I had a bio test, which I knew like nothing about. Then I got a thick math packet. I'm like, wow. I'm like, why? You know. And then I also had a English draft essay due. All due on Wednesday, all happening on Wednesday. So Wednesday, I come home after being told all of this. I don't do anything about it, of course. I procrastinate. Thursday hits, nothing. Friday, I'll work over it on the weekend. Weekend, of course, I don't work over it. Monday, I start to work on it, but no progress at all. Tuesday hits, and I'm panicking. I decide to pull an all-nighter, and I crammed everything. I was trying to just rush all the math problems. I was using Google Translate for Mandarin, which is like rule number 1 of what not to do for Mandarin. And man, I was just, my brain was frazzled. I didn't know what I was doing. My anxiety was through the roof. And the later I stayed up that night, the more anxiety I got in my head. 7 a.m. hits. I still don't know anything. I decided to study for the test and completely ignore my homework. And I pray to God that the homework didn't dent my grade that much, so I don't get a butt whooping. I grab my bag, backpack in one arm, 2 textbooks in the other, head out the door. And how I usually get to school is I carpool with my brother, because at the time we were going to the same school. Of course, I get in the front passenger seat, we drive off, and right when we turn into Associated Road, car crash. Turns out that the car across the street from the neighborhood from where I live didn't look at the stop sign and didn't stop at the stop sign and hit me. I blacked out for a split second, only to realize when I woke up it was for a whole minute. My bag, my textbooks were not in my lap. I couldn't get out the door. I was completely stunned, and it was just excruciating pain, like, ooh. Glasses off my face, glass on my face, and I just waited until either the fire department or the police officer came. And when the police officer came, the first thing he told me was that I was lucky to be caught by the side airbag. And it's like, in my head, I was like, why are you telling me this? This is not helping me. You're supposed to help me out, officer. And what he basically told me was that the side airbag caught my head, but then it was my bag and my textbooks that hit my jaw, and then I just fell unconscious. Yeah. And the fire department came, took my blood pressure. The ambulance picked me up. I went to the hospital, waited about 2 hours just to get a CAT scan, and I couldn't go to sleep. And it took another hour just to get my MRI scan, and it was like, oh man, I spent like entire school day in the hospital. Afternoon hits, I come back home, and I realized I have a legitimate excuse to skip school, and the next day then. So I managed through the pain, I get all my assignments done, I study for all the tests because my friends knew what was on the test. And that's when I learned to stop procrastinating. Thank you.